everyone, my name is Reed Lavengood and I am a welding instructor here at York Technical College. I wanted to create a little informal video for you all to briefly highlight some important expectations and hopefully answer some questions you may have as we approach the start of our school year here at York Tech. This is going out to all of you because you are welding students and I'm going to be your instructor for your welding classes. Except for the Chester High School students. More on that in a moment. So before I get too far ahead of myself, I want to briefly pause and mention that this school year is going to be a little different than years in the past, and that is, as you all know, due to COVID-19 and the coronavirus policies and procedures. So I will be touching on those throughout the video, and I will also highlight them individually at the end, but we will have some basic procedures and policies that we have to follow that we haven't had to in years past due to COVID-19. The good news is we will still be able to weld and do all of our time in the lab pretty much as normal. So zero effect on as far as if you guys are gonna get it there and weld and really learn and be able to spend a lot of time in the lab. So without further ado, I would like to start by going through the official start dates and times for the school districts. So we have multiple school districts that attend dual enrollment classes here at the college. The first one that I would like to start with is Clover and York High School students. Your first day of class will be Wednesday, August 19th at 8 a.m. and that is here on the main campus. So you will begin in D15, which is the classroom directly adjacent to the weld lab in D building, and that is Wednesday, August 19th at 8 a.m. You will then continue to follow a Monday-Wednesday schedule. So you guys will meet every Wednesday, and then the following Monday and Wednesday, continuing throughout the fall semester or December. Fort Mill, Nations Ford, and Catawba Ridge school students, you will begin class Thursday, August 20th at 8 a.m. And then similar to the other class, you will follow a Tuesday-Thursday split schedule. Again, you'll be meeting in D15, which is the classroom directly adjacent to the weld lab. The third and final dual enrollment section is Chester High School students, and you guys will be meeting Wednesday, August 19th at 9 a.m. And then you will be coming every day at 9 a.m. No split schedule for Chester students. And that will be meeting at the Chester campus or York Tech Chester facility. And I believe the room in Chester is 137, but it's also most commonly known as the welding lab. The main difference for Chester than the rest of the main campus students is Chester students will be working with Mr. Willie Heath. He will be your instructor for all of the lab portion down there. So that is the start dates and times. The next point of interest I'd like to highlight is the lecture portion for your welding class or Arc Welding 1. All lecture classes on campus due to COVID-19 policy will be done online, and that is the same for the welding classes. Obviously, most of your time as a welding student and most of the learning will be done in the lab where you're welding. However, there is some very important lecture material that we must cover. And for you first-time students, it's critical that we go through particularly the safety elements of welding. Well, all of that lecture material is going to be done online via our college software, D2L. This is mandatory lecture material, and it will be updated weekly. You will be responsible to log on and complete tasks and read whatever the assignments due for that week happen to be. I will be the instructor for that material, and I will be able to work with everybody in person during the first couple meetings of our class to help with maybe some technical difficulties and learning how to log on to D2L, username and password, some of those basic hurdles we might have as we initially get started. So not to be too worried or concerned, like I said, there won't be much assigned over the first few days because my main goal will be getting everybody online, but you need to be aware that there is going to be this online lecture material. All right, guys, a little scene change here, but the next thing that I really need to go through with you is the required tool list that you must bring with you on your first day of class. Normally, we would give you a day or two to gather these, but due to some changes in scheduling, you guys are going to be welding on day one, and to weld, you need to come prepared with all of what you see here and a few other things like PPE and clothing. So just to walk through, we have a required tool list that I will link either in this email or video somewhere that you can click on and see an itemized list of everything that you need to bring with you on the first day of class and that you need to weld. What those items are what you see here. I'm going to walk through them quickly. You need a welding jacket, leather or cotton flame resistant or retardant material. You need 2 pairs of welding gloves. You really need the stick welding gloves, which are the thick, heavy duty kind for arc welding 1, which is what you're starting here in a few weeks. You will need the TIG welding gloves for classes later on. You need a chipping hammer, a wire brush, and what are called welpers. They're pliers that are specific for welding. You don't need, but I strongly recommend your own grinder. And possibly and probably the most important part, a welding helmet. This helmet is auto darkening. You probably can't see that well, but auto darkening is a variety of helmet that, without going into too much detail, makes it much easier as you learn how to weld for the first time. And you're gonna learn a lot more about some of this stuff throughout the lecture material, but I just wanted to highlight it quickly because you're gonna be either purchasing or gathering this stuff prior to the first class. The last thing I'd like to highlight is a good gear bag. You're gonna be bringing this stuff with you and leaving with it every day. So a good gear bag is very useful. All of this stuff can be purchased or gotten at a variety of retailers, online obviously, however you really want to get it. Locally, we do work with Airgas and Roberts Oxygen, and Roberts Oxygen actually provides a tailored student package that we like to encourage students to purchase just because it provides everything that we ask for, and it's good quality, yet it is affordable, and there's nothing that you won't use or wasted money. I can't remember the exact cost of all of this in a student package through Roberts, but I want to say it's around $250. And a lot of that is the cost of the helmet. The welding helmets can be extremely expensive. Auto darkenings typically start around $200 to $300. So as you can tell, this package is pretty affordable. But like I said, this stuff can be getting however or wherever you want. Some of you may have already had some of this, and that's totally fine. There's a million different brands and all that, and most of it is acceptable. If there's really a problem with it, I will let you know on the first day of class. Also, if you're struggling to learn how to use your helmet, I spend a lot of my first day teaching kids and students how to use your helmet, and that's totally fine too. I'm happy to answer any questions you have about equipment. And those questions can even be answered before the start of the first class. My contact info will be linked somewhere in this video, and you can reach out to me directly if you have any equipment related questions. I'd be happy to help. The other side of the equation with preparedness for first day of class is attire. By that I mean what you're going to be wearing. We also call that PPE, or personal protective equipment. What you need to wear is a 100% cotton shirt. It's going to be getting very dirty, so 100% cotton t-shirt would be totally fine. Denim or canvas related pants, no shorts, and leather boots, preferably steel-toed for footwear. All of those need to be cotton, denim, canvas, flame retardant material. Specifically, we need to avoid the polyester athletic wear that's very popular and comfortable and breathable. However, it is very flammable and I cannot let you weld with it. So it's nothing too hard. Jeans, boots, and a t-shirt, plain cotton t-shirt, and you're good to go. We'll be wearing our welding jackets over top of it while we're welding. And it's nice to wear a t-shirt because when you need to cool down in between your lab time, you can take the jacket off and just have a t-shirt on. So again, required tool list will be linked in this video somewhere. You can ask me any questions. The two local providers for student packages are Airgas and Roberts Oxygen. They're both located right here in Rock Hill. This is the Roberts Oxygen package that I'm picturing here. But like I said, all of this equipment can be purchased wherever you want. All right, and the final note that I just want to touch on is our COVID policy that I'd mentioned earlier in this video. The main procedures and policies that we have to follow while we're taking welding classes here at York Tech are first and foremost the mask wearing. You'll be required to wear a mask at all times except when you are in your welding booth welding. If you're in your welding booth with your helmet on and down in front of your face welding, you do not need to wear a mask. But anything else as far as navigating through the school or using the restroom or just in those moments when we have classroom time, periodically, you must wear a mask. 6 feet of social distancing, frequent hand washing and sanitizer use, which I'm sure all of you guys are familiar with now. And lastly, we will be doing a complete sanitizing and cleaning procedure at the end of every class. That's going to be your responsibility as a student to clean down your area. I will show you how to do that the first time. Pretty straightforward stuff. So other than that, I can't wait to meet all of you guys. I really look forward to teaching you. I love teaching welding classes. I think you guys will really like taking the class. It's really fun and a great useful skill to learn, and I will see you guys in a few weeks.